In a heartbreaking turn of events, Mew2King has recently had to come out with some very personal details of his life to disprove allegations raised by a Smash player by the name of Scratch 5 years ago, where it was then made public by a person on Twitter by the name of NotReady very recently. I do not have the original screenshots as they were deleted, and NotReady's Twitter account has also been suspended at the time of making this video. However, it's been said that NotReady was spamming the screenshots to every top professional Smash player hoping to grab their attention. In it, it detailed a player alleging that Mew2King had been pleasuring himself inside of Scratch's car one night in front of minors. This then prompted Mew2King to address the accusations during a live video. Now guys, to actually save you the trouble of watching the entire 23-minute or 24-minute video, I'll instead summarize what was said. However, if you would like to watch it in full, I've left a link to the video in the description, and there should be something that appears in the top right corner as well if you just want to click that. So Mew2King addresses at the start of the video what's actually caused 90% of his depression. He states that due to a botched circumcision from a young age, it has left him in a position that makes it extremely hard for him to feel pleasure. He also goes on to say that reading about the glorification of intercourse on the internet has left him in a state of constant dread because he believes that he can never achieve what many say is the end goal, which refers to having a sexual partner. He also says he's researched his condition and found that it gets worse with age, so basically he says that he's screwed, and says that the allegations are so far from the truth and you can't imagine how hard it is for someone like him to actually reach that point of pleasure. He also expands on why he doesn't stream much on Twitch anymore. He says he used to get made fun of, the aforementioned fact while streaming, and it affected him very heavily. He puts his mood on a scale of 1 to 100, 100 being the happiest and 1 being the worst, and he says that he's basically at a constant 10 out of 100 at all times. So when one or two things bring him down, he goes to 0 very quickly. When Greg, the person who basically is his manager, asks him about the whole situation with the Smash allegations coming out, he says he doesn't know who to trust and doesn't know what's real anymore, and basically that reading everything makes him sad. They then touch on some other stuff, like where he originally planned to move in with Sky Williams to start streaming, but plans fell through due to Sky being very busy, and Mew2King just says that it's, due to the fact that Sky was getting very popular on League of Legends at the time. And also he does touch on the fact that he was planning to make a game with a friend and invested over $10,000 and possibly more, but that also fell through and he is yet to see the money returned to himself. And the video ends with his story about how he was originally going to start streaming alongside Zero, but that also didn't work out. So after the video was released, NotReady took to Twitter to then start removing his comments and released a tweet longer expressing his remorse at revealing the screenshots and how he's hurting over how he hurt Jason. And finally, to shut the rumors down completely, Scratch then went onto the New Mexico Smash Scene Facebook page to address the situation, which I will actually read out to you guys right now. Hey everyone, it's the narrator here, and before we jump into the Facebook post, I'd just like to remind you that if you want clear and concise explanations of what's happening in the gaming world without the 15-minute rambling and dribbling on like other YouTubers do, then please make sure to subscribe down below. Cheers. Here are the facts. In 2012, while the tourney was wrapping up in Arizona, people were packing up and leaving the venue to a diner for the classic after party. A tournament organizer asked me to drive Mew2King since Jason didn't have a ride. At the dining table, Mew2King complains of a headache and says he's not hungry anyway. I suggest he rests in my car, he agrees. Over an hour later, after everyone finishes eating and parts ways, I walk alone to my car. I find Mew2King passed out in my back seat. He undid the beach towels which served as makeshift seat covers and used them as blankets. It's dark, it's past midnight, I'm tired and my memory is foggy, but nothing scandalous happened. I assumed I wake him up, drive us to my host's place, and that's it. The above is all true. It's the honest version of the story. Now onto my lies, fabrications, and twisted retellings. Mew2King never banged his head against the table at the restaurant. Mew2King never caused a commotion or embarrassed me. When I found him, he was fully clothed. He never stripped down. Neither the back seat nor the towels were stained. It was a hot April summer in Tucson, so maybe it was clammy but not cummy. There's absolutely no proof he ejaculated or let alone masturbated in my car. Zero evidence. So why did I make this shit up? Because it sounded real. My concoction fell in line with Colorado gossip at the time. Mew2King was an easy celebrity target and I took advantage of his reputation for being socially awkward. Even back then when the scene was more grassroots, he was still victimized and harassed, yet I knowingly jumped on the bandwagon. I was jealous of his skill and popularity, so I spun my tale every chance I got, just to elicit cheap laughs and look cool. Being young and stupid was no excuse. Yes, I was only 18 when I began, but my behavior continued well into my mid-20s. I sold this lie so much that I even started believing it myself. I never knew until yesterday that others like Hobo Joe and Lord Spin spread my rumor online to the masses, and now my New Mexico brethren are paying the price for my mistakes and cleaning up after my dirty work. I'm ashamed, I apologize. I personally messaged Mew2King himself offering my condolences and regret. Smash was the best chapter of my life, but no story is complete without learning the good, the bad, and the ugly. So yeah guys, that's basically what happened. My personal opinion on the whole matter, I think that Mew2King has been done really dirty here. I mean, it goes without saying that the allegations were disproven. I personally believe him, and the fact that Neil, the guy who originally started the rumor, came out and said it's all fake, well, it just goes to show that unless there's hard, solid evidence there available for you, maybe you shouldn't be going sprouting out things that, you know, you may or may not have seen. And quite frankly, I think it's disgusting that these people actively pursued Mew2King in this manner. If you guys don't know, Mew2King is actually like mentally disabled. He has Asperger's, I think it is. So it's very unfortunate that, you know, he had to be put into a position like that. And quite frankly, it's so brave, and like honestly, it takes a lot of courage for someone like him to open up to thousands of people. You know, that video has gotten over 600,000 views at this point. And, you know, it just goes to show that that guy is full of resilience, and the fact that he can actually do that in a public landscape is very incredible. So what do you guys think? Do you think that this person who spread this rumor should be banned for life from any tournaments or something like that for spreading these false allegations? I personally don't think that Mew2King will, you know, try to approach it with a defamation lawsuit or something like that, because at the end of the day, he just wants the rumors to be over. Honestly, I hope that Mew2King is doing well. And yeah,